All right, everybody. Now, before we get into the daily recap here, I wanted to just let you know about a special we have going on right now. I am knocking off 40% off of all three packages, silver, gold, and platinum. They all build on each other. The very base is going to be silver, which we're going to teach you these main patterns that I'm trading. And then you work your way up to gold, and then you work your way up to platinum, where I teach you Einstein, which is kind of the cream of the crop. That's where you're going to be able to project these levels that you see me trading. But as far as the patterns, always good to start off in silver. Now, if you do get gold, gold's going to include all the videos in silver. Obviously, if you get platinum, you're going to have silver, gold, and platinum. I teach the crystal ball. If you're not familiar with what I mean by crystal ball, because you don't see me talking about it in the morning show, you can find that on my website, innovativetradingstrategies.com, and or you can go to my YouTube channel. There are some videos on the crystal ball. Okay, so depending on whatever package you decide you want to start with, that's fine. You always have the option to upgrade. I can only say that right now, Einstein is only offered in the platinum package. Einstein will eventually be going away. I will not be teaching Einstein anymore, but you'll still have access to those levels in our live Zoom room that we are now do have activated. You're not going to find on the website. My web guy hasn't put in that information yet. But if all you want to do is just follow my trading like you do in the morning, but I do trade for 3 hours, and you want to watch me for the other 2 hours, and also with no delay because we go through Zoom instead of going through YouTube only, then you can do that. It's only $50 a month. You can watch me trade, look over my shoulder, watch me trade for a good 3 hours, and there's no delay, so you can watch it really right there live instead of having that 10-15 second delay that you see on YouTube. But right now, 40% off. That's going to end midnight Sunday, I think we have it set up. So that's going to end Monday at midnight. Be sure you go to innovativetradingstrategies.com. Check out that special. Also, shows you everything you're going to learn in each one of the packages. So this is time to get in, folks, because like I said, I don't know how much longer I'm going to offer Einstein to the public. Once I take it off the market, it's going to stay in its safe, so to speak. I'm not going to release any more of it. So that's it, and let's get to the recap. All right, so real quick here, late on this recap, just been super busy here right before the holidays, but let's go over the 5th, which is going to be Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. Starting off, let's take a look at BOIL. That was my losing trade on Wednesday. BOIL ended up buying, as you can see right here, bought pretty much at the high. I did have upper targets, but never really got close to those. It did turn around and go south on me. Once it hit VWAP down here, I was hoping to see a lot more buying coming in. Did not see it. It kind of weaked on. It started getting weak. I did have an exit. I went ahead and I took the exit. Did not reverse on BOIL because I'm not taking shorts right now. But had I reversed, I think I would have had a pretty nice little trade on that. But nonetheless, did take a loss on BOIL. You can see as it was pulling down, I was adding to it, but it just failed on me. And hey, that's just the way it is. Best trade of the day was going to be on my IFRX. Let's take a look at IFRX. All right, let's take a look. Let's go back here on IFRX. All right, here's IFRX. Bought early in the morning. Let's see. I think I put that on. IFRX, put it on at 920, yeah, which was right around here. I got pretty aggressive on IFRX, as you can see, that I added several right at 920, added some more 922. As we were just sitting here and going flat, as I looked at, as I started looking at the charts, looking at Bookmap, Could see there was a lot of buying coming in. Still didn't see a whole lot of selling up here on the upper side, so I was getting really aggressive with it. But as you can see right here, it took out level 1, it took out level 2. When it took out level 2, I went ahead and got out. Okay, so why did I get out and not hold then? Because I did see a wall of sellers coming in over here. I didn't know that it was going, how much it was going to pull back. Nobody really knows that, so I went ahead and got out at my second target, which did quite well because I was adding quite a bit to it. And of course, you can see eventually it did come up and hit target number 3 and 4. I went ahead and added towards the end of the day with the idea that I would carry it into the overnight trading. Didn't want to hold it throughout the night. I wasn't going to carry it into the next day, but we did have the evening trading. The idea is I thought we were going to come back up and hit that upper target. So I bought in here on the dip. As you can see, let me pull this down a little bit. Bought on the dip. And I just wasn't going anywhere. And I was in this trade for quite a while. And you can see just about as they were ending the evening session, it just wasn't going anywhere. And pulled back. I said, I'm just going to get out of it. I didn't want to take any chances. I'm glad that I did. So I exited right here and took a loss on there. But overall, for the stocks, I did well. I did trade HIBS, which is one I've had on my radar for a while. That was a nice little trade. Not much, but nice little trade. Let's see what else. I traded, I thought there was another one I traded. It may have been just those 3. Yeah, just those 3. So anyway, that being said, not a bad day in stocks. Let's take a look and see how I did in the futures, in the commodities. All right, so here's a mini here's a mini NASDAQ, which is, it's been one of my favorites lately. Now, keep in mind, mini NASDAQ, you're either going to do really well, you're going to do really bad. So it's kind of a two-edged sword with the mini NASDAQ. Right now, I like to trade the mini Russell, the mini NASDAQ, and I'll do a little bit of the E-mini S&P. The E-mini S&P lately has been moving a little bit slower, but still a really good market. I just took one trade on this day. I just went ahead and I sold the mini NASDAQ. You can see I had a short here. I had, actually I had a couple patterns setting up. But like I said, with these futures commodities, I'm only going to go for that first target. So this is where I entered. Came down. Yes, it did hit my target. I went ahead and exited there. I wasn't in the trade very long, maybe a little bit over 4 minutes. And so it was moving pretty quick. I liked the overall market going down. I had a lot of selling. I'm seeing a lot of patterns setting up for shorts. So I went ahead and I took that short and exited 4 minutes later. Had a nice profit on that. So overall, on this day, had a pretty nice day. All right, so that's going to be it. And be sure to tune in every morning. You can watch me call out these trades. And keep in mind that I am being broadcast through YouTube. So there's going to be a delay. Do not recommend that you try to mirror my trading because you're always going to be late. And more importantly than that is you have to understand how these patterns are arrived at, and also Einstein, how it does its calculations. Because the key is any tool that you use, and I only use these 2 tools that I developed, and no, these are not publicly available tools, that you have to have confidence in them. Okay, these tools have held up for me for 35 years, so I'm very confident in the use of these tools. And so that's why it's so important you understand the whole background behind it, because a line on the chart doesn't really tell you very much until you really understand what is that line telling us. And number 1, and number 2, is it reliable? And even more important than that, is it universal? Can you use a VWAP? Is VWAP an optimizable parameter? No, it's not. So it's reliable for a lot of people. But does it give you clear entries and exits? No. And that's the thing that I like about the patterns and the 2 tools that I use. They're very clear cut in terms of where you enter and where I get out. All other tools, unless you can use it universally, then it's not a tool that you want to stick with. And what do I mean by a universal tool? Something as simple as a 20-day moving average. Could you use a 20-day moving average in the mini NASDAQ and then run that over and start using it maybe in a natural gas or a heating oil? right? Or crude oil? Could you use the same thing in a stock? The answer is no, because they're all, you have to play with, you have to vary, you have to optimize it to fit that particular market. And the problem with that is the optimization doesn't hold up very long and it falls apart, and then you're re-optimizing it. The question is, where and when do you re-optimize? You never know until after the fact, right? And so that's why I like the tools that I use. So that's real important. That being said, I'm going to wrap this up, and make sure you join us in the morning. And tomorrow night, we'll do the recap for Thursday's action. Take care.